All right, guys, just a quick run through the miners. So we had a bit of a move today, nothing spectacular, but a nice bounce. Let's start with the DXY. 105 was reclaimed. No great move up, just a retest of 105. I'm not going to read too much into it because I still think gold and even the miners are acting pretty independent of the DXY, but let's just keep our eye on it. For now, I feel like it's just bouncing. Who knows, it could go back up. Just be wary that this US dollar Japanese yen looks like it wants to go back up to its old 160 high. That's like systemic failure style move. I don't feel like you can get away with a move up here and even a breakout higher and not have some sort of repercussions. So DXY, a bit of a bounce, and if it does bounce, it's probably because the USD Japanese yen is going up to 160, and that should cause some damage somewhere. That's all I'll say about that. The yields, well, they came down, they kind of retested, I feel, the old support. It's nothing major, but I just feel like there's a bit of, I looked at across the board, like 30, a little bit on the 10-year, also a bit of a retest. Feels like it wants to go down a bit more. I don't know. It's a bit strange. You still got that DXY up, yields down. Is that fear trade? Where's the fear, by the way? Because the fear for me was the European markets going down because of the elections. Here you can see the 5 and 2 year. So if that is still the case, well, I looked it up a little bit. European markets went up the last 2 days, but maybe that's a bounce, like the CAC 40, the French market, little bounce there. Is it just due for a bit of a sideways and then a move back down? The German market, that lost its ascending support, bounced back up. Maybe it's hitting resistance, going back down. I don't want to read too much into it. I'm not going to start looking at the markets too much because we're pretty independent. But I was just looking at yields, thinking, all right, you're going back down. Is there fear? But the market went up. So you know what? Who cares? Let's just go straight to gold and silver because at the end of the day, even if you do see a correlation, what matters is the gold, the silver, and the miners chart. So let's look at gold. Good day, right? Still sort of sideways up. Now, for me, when I see this is sideways up, it's not that I like, I'm expecting a bit of a move down and then this nice reversal, which says, okay, the low is in, now we can look at the way up. But honestly, it's just been going higher highs, higher lows, just here. And ultimately, I'm looking for a move up here, because it'll be the high from here. And then you'll probably coincide with this descending. This descending for sure is something that counts. So if we can close above it, then we should start moving back up to probably here, the old high of this big move. I feel like this actually will become null and void. So by the time you close up here, 23, let's say 42, to be a bit more precise, I don't think we're going to go up here. I think it'll actually be here. I want to move that up there. I could be wrong there. It could end up being something else. But, this descending breakout is all that matters. Now, if we go back down, obviously, yeah, that yellow part is the low. So, let it do its thing. Either we're going to flush this level, 2280. I think it's pretty clear it's 2280. If we close below 2280, down we go. I mean, I feel like it should go down, huh? But this is a buy the dip market for sure. There's every single fundamental and technical reason to buy gold. I think, maybe China's not buying this month, but it will buy next month. Other Eastern central banks are lining up to buy the dip. Maybe that was the favor China's doing, or maybe some investment funds. I don't know. I feel like we'll be surprised by the dip, me included. So even if we do close below 2279, if they're little technical traders like me, I think it'll be like a short dip still. But either way, either we break out this descending or we break down below this, that kind of has to give way. For now, the bias is a little bit to the upside, a little bit, nothing too crazy. Silver did okay too. Now, this is a stronger support in my opinion. And it's very nice to see it holding, because we've been here the last 2, 3, 4 days. And I'm saying, look, this should be support, but it's a little unnerving to see it there all the time because, this tail looks good. But that means during the day, it was all the way down red, right? Didn't look good then. Basically 29 is support on a horizontal basis, on a ascending basis, on a psychological, the number is a big 29 basis. Also, we really did like break out 30, retest 26. We know 26 was resistance for ages, so it was perfect. Breakout 30, retest 26, breakout to new high 32.5, retest. kind of 30, but overdid it, but it's totally acceptable. And now we should go back up. So it's all about this continuation of the bounce. And it would be a shame that DXY ruined it or I don't know what, but if we were to go back up now and basically hit 31.5, it would, you look back and you think that was perfect. Of course, that made sense. But that's after the fact that it's obvious. So gold by then would be, breaking out of this descending. So it could end up being very perfect very soon. There's no news coming tomorrow, Wednesday, day after Thursday. I don't think there's any big news. So it should, well, let's let it play out. But for now, a little bias to the upside. And if we do have a mini breakout, it'll end up looking perfect. The miners looked very good today. Finally, we had a bit of a bounce day. So look at this, bit of a engulfing bullish. So next move, yeah, I have to admit that would coincide perfectly with a mini breakout. How much move is that? It's probably going to be the same for all of them. Yeah, a little 3% move. That's a little bit better than today. SILJ, same thing. Look at that engulfing stuff. We could see it was support. It was mentioned. Same thing. Boom. Nice move. Next move will be a nice move up to here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If it was 3% GDXJ, 4% is SILJ, makes sense. GDX is going to be something similar. There you go. Next move is up here. Forget this one. That's too close. And that'll probably be another 3% also. Something like that. Yeah. So miners look good. Let's just have that continuation. And then you may have to have your own little descending, which could coincide perfectly with gold breaking out. I won't bother applying it to the others. I think I'm going to remember. Let's look very, very quickly at some of these miners. Newmont, very nice. You can see it's outperforming, right? Whereas the others were just broke out. I mean, just bounced from its low. Newmont was already bouncing for a bit from a slightly higher level. And that's just also engulfing. Look, it's moved higher than it has the last like 6-7 trading days. So next move is for sure this high. I think we nailed that. The fact that that was going to be the actual level to test. And to be honest, if we go 3% up in GDX, knowing that Newmont makes up most of GDX, we could end up clearly like, 43 or higher. Like this is gonna test its old high quite quickly if we have any sort of continuation. Barrick Gold also had a very nice day today. I'm used to that underperforming. I'm pretty heavy in this one. I'm really betting on this one moving up. Yeah, for me, it's the descending. There's no other horizontal. This one doesn't count. We're looking for a big move up on this. I feel like Newmont and Barrick Gold are going to be outperforming its brothers and sisters in the GDX ETF. Agnico Eagle, yeah, kind of average, doing what the others do. That'll probably move up to here, 66.4, if we do have that small move up. Pan America, it's good to see that. Really looks identical to the silver chart. That should, move up to here if we have any continuation. That looks good. SSRM, as usual, doing its own weird little thing. I don't like it because it's not dependable, like I'm trying to trade the GDX, silver, SILJ. And what have I got? I got this little freak over here having a red day on what was obviously a bounce defining moment. But actually, one thing going, and I found it very hard to call where the bottom, not the bottom, but where the bounce was. I think either I got lucky or I just nailed it. Yeah, 450. It was the only obvious level. I mean, it's early days. It could just flush it tomorrow, but it's probably going to be the bounce part. The good news is that if we do have a big red day tomorrow, surprise, catching me off guard, SSRM will probably bounce up like 5%. But that's the one good news. But I'm still not satisfied enough to add because I've got too much in it. I do feel like this will be a bounce zone for SSRM, but I've got too much in it and I just prefer others. I prefer to spread the proceeds into others. It's worth like 5K, whereas the seniors are worth 6. And, all of these silver boys are worth 4. So why should I have more in SSRM than the silvers, except CD? CD is worth more. Okay, so SSRM being the usual odd one out, but I do think we're at a bounce point. Wheaton, okay, that's underperformed, but you can clearly tell that this is your bounce zone, 52.25. I think we have continuation tomorrow. We can still expect it to touch this 54.5. After that, we've got Franco Nevada. I love racing through these. Okay, that, whether it was relevant or not, is no longer relevant. So this was the zone, 114, just above. Yeah, That's a big move for Franco Nevada, but I wouldn't be selling before then anyway. I wouldn't even be selling here. But looks like it's at least following the rest of them with the bounce. Metalla, yes. So again, remember I said I couldn't tell whether it was 2.9 or 2.8, but you can tell it was 2.8. Get rid of that. That's definitely a buy. Jesus Christ, Metalla. Scares me how low it goes, but what a buy. I think it'll be here quickly. And remember, next time we test up here 3.5, we are testing massive descending breakout. And we have all the reasons in the world to squeeze out of it. So this is probably, even now, a massive buy. All right, First Majestic, good. $6. That's clearly overdone. I know it was bad news, but this is a silver squeeze candidate, and we're probably, I don't know, 10 days away from a real squeeze if we have any sort of continuation in the metals. So this can be a real squeeze. So that's ridiculously cheap, in my opinion. And that's a nice bullish engulfing candle. Not the best one. It could be actually way better, but still. Nice reversal there. Look at that, 4 wicks. We've got a few of those where it's the wicks. That's clear support. Imagine being short here. Like, it's pretty obvious thing to cover. Then we have Fortuna. I haven't actually seen Fortuna yet. That's nice. That's weak, bad news, but still good, strong reversal potential. If you had a descending here, it's probably going to take it out tomorrow, something like that. Yeah, that's not really necessary. Tomorrow we'll just open probably above it. Cœur d'Arlène, my absolute favorite. Look at that, just holding the ascending just every day here. Look at that. That was close. It could still be, if you're going to close, I don't know where it's going to be, like close below 532 would ruin the whole thing. You could see a flush to 5, but it's just holding tomorrow. Bam. If we have any continuation, we're at 6, which to be honest, 6 is a bit of a sell, but it's obvious this one wants to go above and beyond and adventure into basically into the 7. So CD just did it, a nice close at high of day. Very nice. Heckler, which I bought Heckler, but I didn't buy it at the absolute low. I bought it 507, and I didn't buy it today. I bought it yesterday. I kind of came back from work and said, okay, whatever. I knew that it wasn't going to go to the low because it had a nice bounce. I kind of got the lowest price I could at the time I bought it. Whatever. 507 is the same as 515 if you ask me, because if you zoom out, we're going all the way up here in a couple of months. And what's the difference between 507 and 515? But again, today was nice. Higher low, higher high, closed nicely. Basically, the descending is your next resistance. And then if you can close above this, I think I said that last time, close above this 560, then you're destined for a, the old highs up here. EXK had a very nice day, up, I thought it was up 4.5%. Anyway, I think I was looking at it when it was at its high of day, but still that's good. Look at that, it took out its mini descending. It's its own mini descending, but still that's proved itself. Look at that, it touched the old high. I love playing the descending. I'm very good at it, if I can say so. It's like you have the descending, you break out, but then you have the next horizontal, and it's always those two that they kind of pair up, and you can see that they work well together. So I'll leave that in. The next resistance is still today's resistance, 380. Next one is 4, very simple. Next one is the old high. Mag Silver. Yeah, support is still 12. Ventured below. Closed nicely above it. Also closed. It's quite good. Nice reversal candle. Not as good as the others, but still it's not that bad actually. Even if you venture to new lows, like compared to the last few days, that's not that bad. Tomorrow we could easily be testing this 12.65 zone if it's not too much to ask. That's okay, 4% is okay. I think the levels are correct actually. I would say that, but I think they're correct. Next one is Aris Mining. Okay, we didn't go down there. That's good. Yes, generally that is the low. Like I said, this one has a strange spread, bit illiquid. So I think this zone still kind of counts. But look at today, that was good. Up 3% almost. Nice close. Next stop, I would say $4 because of these lows here and psychologically, but I could see it going to 420 actually. This is a weird one, so I'm not going to bother. I'm also not going to bother with something that catches my eye, this, because tomorrow you're immediately testing it. So I'm not going to do that. I feel, let me just add this in actually. It's just staring at me. It's also the halfway point between this line and that one. I don't know. I am gold had the first good day in a while because that's had bad news, a bit like Fortuna, and that's a clear bounce. That's a nice candle. We needed that. Next stop, this is too close, actually. Even though this should be a level, I feel like it's actually more like here. That'll be a test because this is too far away. We're looking for something that's like 3-4%. Whoa, 7, that's even too far away. Yeah, maybe this will be the level to test, 386. I'll leave this anyway, but that's a good day. I think this part would be a sell, but I'm going to be trimming a little bit of IM gold on the way up because bad news dilution, I want to sell into that. And I prefer to throw the proceeds, just trimming and nothing special, into, I don't know, Pan America. Can't go wrong there. Newmont, something like that. Or maybe Heckler. By the way, Heckler, I said I bought it. I didn't tell you how much. I bought half position. I bought 2K. I wanted to do 4K. I bought 2K. Nothing crazy, but yeah, whatever. Next one is B2 Gold. This one here, my goodness, yeah. So we were testing the ascending. Don't know why I delete that because it's correct. We're testing the ascending, but I realized we could go lower in gold. So obviously it's going to venture low. But I said that it's a buy. I mean, it's not that I say it is a buy. Look at it, we're at absolute all-time lows. So I felt like it would be bought before 250. This should be 250. Okay. Which it kind of was, right? 251. That's exactly what I meant. 251, 252. So between 250 and 255, 256, I mean, there's no difference. And that's what happened. We have some buying in between this zone. So like fake flush. And now we're back there. I feel like this will bounce very quickly to 270. And before you know it, we're testing up here because this has to break down or break out. And the bias is massively to the breakout for me. So I'm long. I know my average like 270 or something, no problem. It's the same as 250. And long term, we're way higher. So I'm not surprised, let's say, to see it having done what it's done. Equinox, very today not that strong. Yesterday was strong. I didn't do a video yesterday, but if I did, I would have said that it's strong because look at that. I had a nice engulfing high of day. But look at this descending. You can tell that interrupted its continuation flow today. So if we have a nice move in the minus tomorrow, for sure it will take out, hopefully close, daily close outside of this descending, and then we can move up to 590, hopefully quite quickly. But I think it's still quite strong. And it's obviously this 515 to $5, massive, massive buy zone. I should really leave it, even though it's obvious. So Equinox is good. Finally, SPSW, which is not really a pure gold or silver miner, but that looks like it is reversing another fake breakdown. It likes to do it. It did it here. Next stop, probably up here, 520. This will move quite a lot. As long as the other metals that it mines moves also like platinum, palladium, rhodium. I'm no expert in all that stuff, but this is a high risk one. I'll probably trim it next time it goes there. Okay, I hope you appreciate that lightning fast. I actually quite like doing it lightning fast review. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I don't think there's any crazy news, but good luck to all of us.